Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk, and lately we've been talking a lot more of the kind of big picture strategic stuff. When you're flying, go back, kind of the gross muscle movements of the game, and I think it's been a while since we've really dug into some of the more tactical pieces. So today we're going to talk about something that happened in this game that I did decently with, which is timing and trades and preserving your hit points, things like that. And this particular map's a good example of that here on Ents because it's a very small map, and I'm in a heavy, so I'm going to go to the heavy brawl. And the heavy brawl here it's relatively static, but it has a lot of angles potentially to use. And you can do some flanking things and do some using the angles kinds of things, but it's all within a really small area, which means it's decently easy, sort of easy, to keep track of who's shot, where each thing is, and when you can poke. So we're going to talk about making the trades, making the pokes, timing, and those kinds of things. Now, I'm bottom tier. It's only 2-tier, but they've got a 252U, a 100-01, and a Skoda T56, and then some other cats and dogs, T28 Turtle. So I don't want to take this little tier 7 heavy, the old M2Y there, and expose myself to too many shots. I got to be careful with that. I'm actually going to eat one here pretty early, and we'll show you a good example of what not to do. I like to get to this corner, which is up here where this building is, and be there first and catch guys. But look at the 252U, he's already there. So this is a good example of spawn points mattering. I was way over here to the west, and I kind of had to drive around, and I'm just not getting there. Based on my speed, based on my spawn point, based on where I'm trying to go. I'm going to have a hard time, obviously. It's impossible at this point if the 252U sits there and side scrape. So let's just kind of watch how this goes down. And I'm thinking, oh, I'll pop out and sneak a shot on him. Oh, there's another guy right there. Okay. So right off the bat, I've traded for nothing. I've traded 436 hit points. Ouch. Now, there's good and bad here. Bad is obviously I've traded and I've lost hit points. Good news is I'm going to be much more careful from here on. Ideally, you don't need the punch in the face to start being careful. I should have done that from the beginning. So my mindset changed right here, and I should have come in here with this mindset. But my mindset immediately shifted to, all right, what is go? Hold on, let's relax for a second. I'm gonna have to pick my shots. I cannot afford to pop out, especially against the T56, and eat both of his shots, or to pop out and have two guys sitting there because I don't know what else is with those guys. I see a 252U and a T56, but if we look at how many heavies and other tanks are around, what's unspotted? A 100-01, the T28, the Turtle, the IS, T2. I mean, come on, there could be a lot of dudes back here. So I have to be very careful. So we'll talk about it as we go. So I'll get ready to side scrape. And I can tell, based on the way the T56 is positioned, that he's kind of locked down on that particular shot window right here. And this is a very common one. You've seen it. You guys have worked here on both sides. You know what happens. And this is kind of an indifferent side scraping tank. It's not like I'm in the 100-01 or a 252U or even our 50 TPR. It's going to struggle a bit trying to take on a Skoda, maybe even the 252U and whatever the hell else is back there. So what I don't want to do here is side scrape and look for a shot. It isn't going to work. It's not worth it. So I'm going to try to sit here for a second and see if I can't. I'll be checking around, see if I can't find a place to get a shot that isn't side scraping out and eating a huge shot into the side in my little M2Y. So we're going to be patient right here. I'm checking the middle. What I'm curious about is, and that was interesting, that shot coming in there, whether someone's going to come down the tracks on the 5 or 6 column right there, and maybe I can back out and take a shot. Be careful about backing out here and exposing yourself to that same lane, because they can actually see through to about the corner of this building right here. So all I can do is sort of look around. All right, got to be careful. What's our T32 doing? Not sure. Very interesting. Check over there. The 50 TP PR guy is kind of sitting there. I see the 1357. Well, all right. You know what? We're not pushing in. They're not pushing us. He's getting behind us. Let's see if I can help these dudes out. This is unfortunate because I missed this shot. Oof. Okay, that sucks. He saw me. What's he doing? Okay, he'll probably die. I'll just ignore this guy. I do keep track of him a bit, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to keep going. Okay. He's going to keep trucking. Fine. AT-15A eats a shot. Here comes this dude. Try to get a shot on him. Boom. And outstanding. We bounce his. Good. Sneak back in here. And now we'll come back and post up at this point. And interestingly, the Skoda is still sort of locked down on that corner. And the way I can see him side scraping, I'm thinking maybe he's looking for a shot on me. Then I'm paying attention to the T28 HTC. I saw his marker move towards that guy, and now he's worried about him. So now I'm fairly confident I can peek through this lane and try to catch somebody and get a shot. So we'll come out here, see what we can get. Is he going to back up? No, not quite. Very interesting. The HTC, I see the 252U. Is he going to cross? I'm looking at his marker. He's not. And now look at that. See the 100-01 coming from left to right? Like he's on a mission. That there's no stopping or backing up. He's going. I figure he's going to cross right here. So let's wait for this easy shot. Excuse me. And take, it's not a massive hit, but we take 240 something off of the guy. And the point is that we're just looking for those good shots. Now, I was a little bit nervous about the 8.8. But if we zoom up here, we can tell he's actually on the other side of these buildings. So he's not in the courtyard right here. We got an IS messing around here as well. And now I'm looking for, all right, where is that guy? Oh, I don't want to poke. Look at this Skoda. The Skoda noticed me there, and he's come back and side scraped. Right? So they dealt with the HTC. He's backing out. And this Skoda, I can tell by the way he's moving, he's waiting for me to side scrape out. So I'm not going to let him do that. And then he backs out, and then he backs out to where his turret is not looking. So I'm thinking, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I'll pop out. So I could tell he was side scraping out against maybe the Tiger II. He was ignoring what I was doing. His turret wasn't pointed towards me. I'll pop out, take the shot, get back. Another successful trade. I get some damage on them. I don't eat anything back. And it's just being very, very patient with this. The 100's sitting there. He's sort of looking at the Tiger too, but I'm figuring he'll be fast enough to react. Now, I don't get out there in enough time to get a shot on the 100-01, which is what I wanted to do. He got away, but now I'm looking, and I'm in a position here to do that. Perfect. All right. So they move out of the lane. I'm fairly confident no one's staring there. That allows me to get in the lane and establish, get a shot, and back out, because I can tell that they're paying attention to someone else. Now look at that guy's turret. He's just looking at me. The Tiger II's taking shots on him. He's locked down. Now he's fixed whatever his tracks, and he tucks up underneath. So I'll just take a little peek here. Maybe I can get a cheeky shot. Doesn't happen. Oh, look at this. Shot of opportunity. So here comes the Lanson. I see that marker moving. Immediately take a look at that. I think the CMCD asked for help, so we'll start shooting this dude. Get one on him. That's nice. He's going to kill off our CMCD. We're going to try to get one more shot on him. Oh, that sucks. Missed him. He pushes across again. I think he actually eats it. There we go. So T-32 gets him dead. And the T-28's coming in. Back to this point, looking for the side scrapes. The 100-01 gets killed. That's fantastic. We'll push up just a little bit. Maybe we can catch these guys crossing. I kind of wanted to push in and start working the T-28, but now I'm seeing the 252U. Looks like he might want to come across here. Ooh. So there was almost a dangerous move right there, folks. I'm coming across thinking I might get some shots. If we can get multiple angles on the 252U, we can start working them with the Tiger and myself. But unfortunately, the Skoda shows back up. So I've got to be careful here. I don't want to let him have two shots on me. And so I'm going to go ahead and side scrape on this point. And there is just a sliver here where I can get a shot on this guy. But I can't be shot or easily shot by the Skoda T56. That just sneaks one in there. Probably had no business making that shot, but it was there. Had the marker on him. So we'll just use this position. Maybe he'll give us one more if he backs out of this thing. Is he going to do it? Oh, just the back corner, and we take that guy down. Now it's looking really good. We've got the Skoda T56 outnumbered. He doesn't have any extra guns with him. It appears the rest of his guys are back in the corner, so we'll just come in here. And even when you're gang tackling, to some extent you have to be careful about poking out, hiding, and not being ready to kill a guy, because sometimes you'll get people being very cautious in this situation, and the Skoda gets more shots off than he should. But I don't want him paying attention to me, because the other thing that will happen in situations like this is the purple guy will go, which guy can I damage more easily? Well, not really the Tiger who's face hugging me, although he's not quite yet. I think he does. But if I just swing my turret over on old Guido, I can shoot him in the side with the old double barrel trick, and that will suck a lot for him. So we'll just come out, we'll take that nice shot. I should have gone for a track a little better. We'll back out, wait till I'm kind of reloaded. It doesn't look like he's really paying attention, so I'll pop back out. Put another shot into him. Back out, no sense. Making it easy for him. Come back in, he dies. Alright, fantastic. We'll push on our way. We got 2,000 damage, 2 kills. No assist out of this. See if we can get a shot on this guy. I think he's actually right there. There we go. Blink. Put another one on him, and we clean this thing up. There you go. 2,326. 90 bounced. I guess it was the 1357 and no assist. Maps like this have great examples of that kind of gameplay and the trading. Being careful when you poke, making good trades, paying attention to when the other guy is fired, who he's engaging, where his turret is pointed, and whether or not your attempt to poke and take a shot has a high likelihood of getting your shot in and not being shot back. In the case of that little sliver, getting to a situation where nobody can really shoot you back, those are all good things. So I turned a game where I ate a shot immediately, got another 2,326 essentially unanswered points of damage at that point. Nobody else was able to take a shot. And it was more about patience and timing and paying attention to that little... Literally, I worked one little sliver most of the game. Now, you don't always want to do that. A lot of people like to go to positions like that and they live or die by it. The fight can be going on, raging all around. They're not really paying attention to things like, for example, the Lanson showing up and giving you an option, or even the 1357 showing up, giving you an option to do something else. So be careful about fighting your little lane so well that, yeah, you dominate it, but you don't do anything else in the game. Right? There's a point at which you may need to abandon it, pay attention to other things going around like I did, or push like we did eventually, or maybe it's just not working and you got to move on. But one of the nice things about what I was doing there, especially in terms of the T56, is it's not a bad thing necessarily, at least for a little while, for a tier 7 to have a tier 8 locked down where he's really not doing anything, especially if the rest of the team is getting some things done, which is what was happening for our team. Now, that doesn't mean sit there and just stare down a guy or lock down a guy and go, all right, my job today in this entire match is just to make sure the Skoda doesn't move. I'm looking for shots. If I'm able to do that or shoot somebody else or make a shift or whatever, I'll do that. But it's not a bad thing necessarily overall if that Skoda for a while is sitting there staring in his sniper view, attempting to shoot Guido's M2Y. And meanwhile, I'm getting a couple shots on a Lance and a couple shots on 1357, and he's done jack shit. That's a win overall for the team. So there you go. Just some thoughts on trading, poking, timing shots, how to fight in brawls and minimize the damage you might take. That's all I've got for today. Let me know what you think down below. We will see ya.